Your stress is in your body, not your head. What if everything you have been told about managing stress is fundamentally wrong? For years, you've been told to think positive thoughts, calm your mind, visualize success, meditate more. But you tried all of it, and it did not work. You still feel overwhelmed. Your anxiety still spikes. Your performance still suffers under pressure. Here is why. Stress is not in your head. Stress is locked in your body. This radical shift in understanding forms the foundation of one of the most scientifically validated performance systems ever created. For nearly 15 years, an internationally recognized health and performance psychologist specializing in heart rate variability biofeedback has worked with elite Olympic athletes, Fortune 500 CEOs, hedge fund managers, surgeons, professional dancers, and peak performers across every field. Now, for the first time, she has shared this exact program publicly in a book that transforms how you understand stress, resilience, and peak performance. Welcome to Heart Breath Mind by Dr. Leah Lagos, BSc, DBCB, an expert in biofeedback and sport and performance psychology. In this video, you will discover how to rewire your body's baseline stress response, access calm and focus on demand, and perform at levels you thought were impossible. This is not theory. This is a scientifically proven 10-week program that produces measurable, tangible results. The problem that defines modern life, your nervous system, is stuck in crisis mode. The average person today faces constant activation. Work stress flows into home stress. Social media triggers anxiety. News cycles create perpetual threat responses. Your body interprets all of this as danger and activates your sympathetic nervous system. That is your accelerator. Your heart rate rises. Your breathing becomes shallow. Cortisol floods your system. Your muscles tense. This is the fight-or-flight response. It is designed to save you from immediate physical danger. A predator attacks, and your body mobilizes every resource for survival. But modern stress is different. It is chronic. It is psychological. It never truly ends. So your nervous system stays locked in a state of constant activation. You are driving with the accelerator pressed to the floor while the brake is barely functioning. Most people have an overactive sympathetic nervous system and an underactive parasympathetic nervous system. The parasympathetic is your brake. It is responsible for rest and recovery, digestion, immune function, and emotional regulation. When this system is weak, your body cannot shift out of high alert. You cannot truly relax. Your mind cannot focus clearly. Your performance suffers. Here is the critical insight that changes everything. You cannot think your way out of a physiological state. When your nervous system is in fight or flight, telling yourself to calm down does not work. Positive affirmations do not work. Meditation often fails because your body is still sending signals to your brain that danger is imminent. Your mind follows your body. Your physiology comes first. The breakthrough science of heart rate variability inside your body, at every single moment, a profound measurement is occurring. Your heart rate is not steady. It fluctuates. Between heartbeats, there are tiny variations in timing. This variation is called heart rate variability, or HRV. Most people have never heard of HRV, but this measurement reveals everything about your health, resilience, and performance capacity. On the inhale, your heart rate naturally rises. On the exhale, it slows down. The difference between these variations tells a complete story. Low HRV means your nervous system lacks flexibility. Your body is locked in stress mode. You cannot shift easily into calm. You cannot access peak performance. Low heart rate variability is associated with depression, anxiety, poor sleep, weak immune function, and increased susceptibility to chronic diseases like diabetes and heart disease. High HRV means your nervous system has resilience and flexibility. Your body can shift states fluidly. You can access calm when needed. You can access activation for peak performance when needed. You can recover quickly from stress. High HRV is associated with psychological resilience. better decision-making, enhanced focus, improved sleep, stronger immune function, and exceptional performance under pressure. Elite athletes have high HRV. Surgeons maintaining steady hands through complex procedures have high HRV. CEOs making critical decisions under pressure have high HRV. People who recovered from trauma and built genuine resilience have high HRV. The measurement literally reflects your capacity to handle life. The most remarkable discovery is that HRV is trainable. It is not fixed. You cannot change your genetics or your past. But you can absolutely train your nervous system to increase your HRV. And with higher HRV comes everything you have been seeking: better stress management, clearer thinking, improved performance, stronger relationships, and genuine peace. The magic ratio that changes everything. Scientists discovered something profound about breathing. There is a specific rate that optimizes your heart's oscillations and maximizes HRV. It is called your resonance frequency. For most people, this sits at 6 breaths per minute. That means you inhale for 4 seconds and exhale for 6 seconds. No pause between them. Continuous flow. This creates what is called a 10-second breath cycle. Here is the fascinating part. The magic ratio is 40 to 60. You spend 40% of your breath inhaling and 60% exhaling. This specific rhythm tells your entire nervous system a profound message. We are safe. We can relax. We are regulated. When you breathe at your resonance frequency, something physiologically shifts. Your parasympathetic nervous system activates. Your bareflex strengthens. Your HRV increases. Your body no longer views the world as a threat. Anxiety diminishes. Sleep improves. Focus sharpens. You gain control over your stress response. This is not meditation. You are not sitting in silent emptiness, trying to empty your mind. This is systematic, measurable nervous system training. You breathe in a specific pattern that tells your body it is safe. Your nervous system listens. Your physiology changes. Measurable, tangible changes. Most people see results within 3 to 4 weeks. By week 4, they notice that the same situations that triggered them before feel more manageable. That email that would have spiked their heart rate now rolls off easily. The critical comment does not land as hard. They feel fundamentally different because their physiology actually changed. The two-tiered approach that works. Dr. Lagos recognized something that separates her program from everything else available. Treating stress requires addressing both the body and the mind simultaneously. The first tier is the breathing foundation. 20 minutes twice daily at your resonance frequency. This is not optional. This is the core training. You are literally rewiring your baseline stress response. Your body is learning a new default setting. Imagine taking a neural pathway that has been worn deep into your brain and nervous system for years and gradually creating a new path. That is what this breathing does. But breathing alone is incomplete because your mind has learned patterns too. You have years of anxious thoughts, catastrophic thinking, rumination, and negative belief systems embedded in your psychology. Trauma gets stored in both your nervous system and your mind. Negative experiences create mental patterns that keep you stuck in activation. The second tier is cognitive behavioral work. This is where you identify and release the mental patterns that fuel your stress response. You address the thoughts, beliefs, and emotional patterns that trigger activation. You learn to pivot emotionally from negative to positive states. You process past stressors and ghosts that your nervous system keeps replaying. Together, these two components create something powerful. Your body learns new physiology. Your mind releases old patterns. Your nervous system rewires. Your performance transforms. This is why the program works for such diverse populations. Ballerinas and Olympic athletes use it to access peak performance. CEOs use it for clear decision-making under pressure. Surgeons use it for steady hands and precise thinking. People dealing with anxiety and trauma use it to finally feel safe in their own bodies. Parents use it to be more present and less reactive. The mechanism is the same for all of them because the nervous system is universal. Week 1. Finding your resonance frequency. The 10-week program begins with establishing your foundation. Week 1 has 2 critical components. First, you identify your personal resonance frequency. While 6 breaths per minute works for most people, some individuals resonate optimally at 5, 5.5, or 7 breaths per minute. The book provides technology, recommendations, and breath pacing apps that help you find your unique frequency. You sit comfortably with proper posture, you use a breath pacing guide, and you practice different rates to see which one feels most natural and sustainable. Your body will tell you where your resonance sits. Second, you clarify your goals. This is not frivolous. When you understand exactly why you are training, your commitment deepens. Are you training to sleep better, to handle work stress, to be a better parent, to perform at your athletic peak, to recover from trauma? Your specific intention matters because it keeps you focused during the inevitable moments when the training feels challenging. By the end of week 1, you establish your rhythm. 20 minutes in the morning at your resonance frequency. 20 minutes in the evening. That is 40 minutes total daily. You measure your baseline HRV during 4 days of the week, so you have a reference point for tracking progress. Weeks 2 through 10. The systematic progression. Week 2 builds on your foundation by using breath to increase energy. This is critical because people often think resonance breathing only calms you down. In reality, as you master your resonance frequency, you can use specific breathing patterns to increase your alertness and activation when needed. You learn to regulate your energy state bidirectionally. You can access calm. You can access activation. You control your nervous system state on demand. Week 3 focuses on actively letting go of stress. You learn specific techniques to discharge stress that your body holds. Your nervous system has been holding tension for years. These exercises teach your body to actually release it. This is where many people have their first major breakthrough. They feel stress literally leaving their system. Week 4 addresses chronic stressors and what Lagos calls your ghosts. Ghosts are emotional imprints from past experiences that your nervous system replays automatically. They are the memories your body keeps reactivating. They are the patterns from childhood, from past trauma, from recurring life stress. Week 4 teaches you to catch these ghost patterns and release them through the heart-shifting technique. The heart-shifting technique is the foundation of the Lagos method. It involves 3 distinct steps practiced for 15 breaths in 3 sets of 5 breaths. First, you clear the heart. You use your resonance breathing while connecting with the physiological sensations of negative emotions you are carrying. On the exhale, you intentionally release these sensations. Your heart literally lets them go. Second, you clear the mind. You shift your focus entirely to the physical sensations of your breathing. This minimizes the mental chatter and rumination that usually accompanies stress. You stop thinking and start feeling into your body. Third, you shift your heart. You deliberately shift from your current emotional state to the emotional state you want. If you are feeling anxiety, you shift to calm. If you are feeling fear, you shift to courage. You are not forcing positive thinking. You are using your trained nervous system to actually change your physiological state. Your body responds, and your mind follows. Week 5 is preparing for challenges. You learn specific heart protocols for upcoming stressors. If you know a difficult meeting is coming, you use these techniques in advance to prime your nervous system. If you face a performance situation, you prepare your physiology beforehand. You are no longer reactive. You are proactive. Week 6 is mastering the emotional pivot. This is where you develop the capacity to shift your emotional state on demand. The emotional pivot is practiced the night before and morning of anticipated stressors. Your nervous system learns through repetition that when you face pressure, you can shift from a negative state to your ideal performance state. Your heart remembers this. Your body develops the neural pathways. By the time the actual stressor arrives, your nervous system is already trained to respond in a regulated way. Week 7 is cultivating resonance under fire. This is stress exposure training. You are no longer practicing in calm conditions. You face genuine pressure situations. A CEO practices presentations. An athlete visualizes competition while monitoring their stress response. A person with social anxiety practices in challenging social situations. You are training your nervous system in real conditions so that when genuine pressure hits, your body responds from strength rather than panic. Week 8 focuses on imprinting the physiology of success. You use your trained nervous system capacity to encode the actual physiological state of peak performance into your body. You are not visualizing. You are feeling into your body the physical sensations of confidence, focus, and optimal performance. You practice this repeatedly so that your nervous system knows this state intimately. By the time you face actual competition, performance, or challenge, your body recognizes and accesses this state automatically. Week 9 recognizes something often overlooked. Your relationships improve when your nervous system is regulated. When you are not constantly in fight or flight, you listen better. You respond instead of react. You feel genuine empathy. Your capacity for connection expands naturally. This week emphasizes the relational benefits of your training. Week 10 anchors you in resonance. Lagos recognizes something unique in her work with empaths and highly sensitive people. External negativity, criticism, and emotional contagion can destabilize a regulated nervous system. Week 10 teaches the bubble technique, where you maintain your inner resonance despite surrounding negative energy. You strengthen your capacity to stay centered while remaining open and connected. The science that validates everything this program is not wishful thinking. Research shows that when you train your nervous system to increase HRV through resonance breathing, your brain literally changes. Your prefrontal cortex becomes more active. Your amygdala becomes less reactive. Your capacity for rational decision-making increases. Your emotional regulation improves. Your anxiety decreases. You access states of calm focus that were previously impossible. The vagus nerve connects your brain to your body's major functions: heart, lungs, gut, immune system. 80 to 90% of the signal flow goes from body to brain, not the other way around. Your body is constantly sending information to your brain about its state. When your body breathes slowly and regularly at resonance frequency, it sends a continuous signal. We are safe. We are regulated. We are ready. Your brain receives this message and shifts its operating mode. Your mind follows your body. When you breathe at resonance frequency, you optimize what neuroscientists call the noradrenaline sweet spot. This enhances your attention and creates laser focus. You think more clearly. You perform better. You make better decisions under pressure. Recent neurocardiology research reveals that your heart secretes powerful neurochemicals directly into your bloodstream: dopamine, oxytocin, norepinephrine. These are feel-good chemicals that counteract depression and anxiety. When your heart is in coherent resonance, it produces these chemicals at optimal levels. You are literally biochemically different when you train your heart in this way. Elite military personnel use this training. Professional athletes use this training. Surgeons use this training. The research evidence is undeniable and extensive. What actually changes in real life after 10 weeks of consistent practice? The changes are not subtle. They are not philosophical. They are measurable, concrete, and life-changing. Sleep transforms. Your body actually enters rest mode because your parasympathetic nervous system is functioning. People who struggled with insomnia for years sleep through the night. People wake rested rather than exhausted. This alone changes everything. Stress response fundamentally shifts. The same situations that triggered you for years now feel manageable. You handle them with composure and clarity. You do not overreact. You make better decisions. Your relationships improve because you are less reactive. Your family members notice. Your colleagues notice. You notice most of all. Physical health improves. Your immune system functions better when your nervous system is not locked in fight or flight. Your cardiovascular system experiences less strain. Chronic pain often diminishes. Headaches that plagued you disappear. Conditions driven by stress improve or resolve. Work performance elevates dramatically. You access focus and clarity that were previously elusive. You make better decisions under pressure. Presentations flow. Negotiations feel easier. Creativity increases. Productivity surges. You perform at your potential instead of below it due to stress interference. Emotional resilience develops. You can access calm on demand. You can let go of negative thoughts and emotions that used to cycle for hours. You feel fundamentally more capable of handling life. Anxiety that used to dominate your day becomes manageable or disappears entirely. Relationships deepen. When your nervous system is regulated, you listen with genuine presence. You feel empathy naturally. You respond from strength rather than defensiveness. People feel this shift around you. Your capacity for connection expands. The breakthrough moment, there is a moment around week 7 or 8 when something shifts for most people. It happens in a real situation, not during practice. You are facing genuine stress. Your heart starts to race. Your mind starts to panic. Your familiar anxiety response begins to activate. And then something different happens. You pause. You take a few breaths at your resonance frequency. 3 breaths, 4 breaths. Your nervous system responds. Your heart rate lowers. Your mind clears. You handle the moment with composure and clarity. You realize in that moment that you are not a prisoner of your stress response anymore. You have actual agency. You can access different states on demand. This realization is life-changing. It is concrete proof that the training works. Your body demonstrates its new capacity in real conditions. Everything shifts after this moment because you have experienced your own power. Skepticism transforms into belief. Most people start this program skeptical. Breathing to change your body, to influence your mind, to transform your performance. It sounds too simple, cannot possibly work. And then it works. By week 3 or 4, people notice they are different. By week 7, they have concrete proof. By week 10, they are amazed at how much has shifted. The evidence is undeniable. Your HRV measurements show the change. Your stress response in situations shows the change. Your sleep shows the change. Your relationships show the change. Your performance shows the change. You move from skepticism to belief to absolute knowing. This works because it addresses stress at the source, your physiology. You cannot argue with measured HRV improvements. You cannot argue with sleeping through the night after years of insomnia. You cannot argue with handling stress that would have previously overwhelmed you. The proof is in your nervous system, your personal path forward. If you have spent years trying to manage stress through willpower, meditation, or therapy alone and hit a plateau, this changes everything. You now have a systematic, evidence-based protocol that rewires your physiology at the nervous system level. If you perform at a high level and want to access even greater potential, this gives you a measurable competitive advantage that most people will never develop. If you are dealing with anxiety, sleep problems, relationship challenges, or health conditions exacerbated by stress, this addresses the root cause rather than just managing symptoms. If you have experienced trauma and your body remains locked in hypervigilance, this provides a pathway to finally feeling genuinely safe and regulated. The commitment is specific. 20 minutes, twice daily for 10 weeks. That is your investment. 40 minutes total per day. 10 weeks of dedicated practice. In return, you receive a fundamentally rewired nervous system and access to peak performance and resilience that becomes your new baseline. Your heart has been directing your mind and body for years. Now you have the tools to consciously direct that conversation. You can train your heart to be your greatest asset instead of your greatest obstacle. You can access calm on demand. You can recover quickly from stress. You can perform at your peak under pressure. You can build genuine resilience. You can finally feel truly safe and present. This is not something you hope happens. This is something you build systematically through proven methodology. Your nervous system responds. Your body learns. Your mind follows. Your life transforms. The question is not whether this works. Research proves it works. The question is whether you are ready to commit the time and effort to rewire your nervous system and step into your full potential. If you are, this 10-week program is the most powerful tool available.